5 red flags to look out for before you getting married. Let's talk about it. The first red flag is always going to be the biggest one. And this is the one that's going to tell you if you're going to make or break. So I wanted to make this number one: communication. Right? When you first meet somebody, what is their communication style? But also, how do they communicate when it comes to are they shy with communicating? Do they always hold back? Are they loud? When I say communication style, are they very aggressive? Are they very laid back? How do they communicate? And the reason why this is the most important one is because when issues arrive in your marriage, you know, are you the one that always bring up the issues, right? Or are they the one that always hold back? They let it kind of simmer in, let it build up, and then they want to explode on you when it's time to communicate. You know, is there a good balance where, hey, this person, when they're mad or upset or have a problem or some type of issue in the marriage, do they wait a day? Do they wait a week? What's their communication style before the issues arose? On both sides. So this is gonna be the number one thing that needs to be a red flag that you watch out for is how do that person communicate. Again, marriage is a long journey, a lifelong journey, and communication is the only thing that I've noticed, even in my own marriage, that's gonna help you get through those times. And when it's a situation when that communication stops and you guys just can't speak to each other, you'll never get a problem fixed, and there's always going to be a situation where the marriage is going to fail. Because to solve a problem, you got to be able to talk about a problem, right? And so that's why I say the number one red flag is if this person who you're attempting to marry, husbands, if they don't know how to communicate, it's not going to work. You both have to know how to communicate when there's a problem to be able to get things solved and be able to help the relationship grow. And that's one person you want to one flag you want to look out for. If they don't have that flag, you're good to go. But if they have that red flag where they don't know how to communicate properly, or they just unwilling to communicate, yeah, you need to cut that off quick. So next one, financial transparency, right? You know, what are the telltale signs? Is this person always swiping a credit card? Are they always asking you to borrow money? Is it a situation where, their car always need to be fixed? Light bill is always behind. Is it a situation where they need something but they want to use your credit? What's the situation? Just look at how they move. Like, look when you go into their house, is there food in the fridge, right? What kind of clothes they got on. What kind of job they at. Like, all this matters when it comes to the financial transparency because you want to know, okay, if I marry this woman or this other person, what am I getting to financially? What kind of debts do they have? How do they move with their money? Like I said, they only always swiping a credit card. Do they never use cash or debit? You know what I mean? And I get it. Like, credit cards are good for you want airline points and paying your bills and stuff like that ahead of time before you get paid. I get that. There are benefits for it, but is it like they never use it? That's a red flag for me. Is it a situation where they're always needing to borrow a little money into the next time? That's a red flag. What's their credit score like to be able to help you in the future, to be able to help build things like maybe buy a house together, maybe get, some type of car together or something like that. Anything that credit is going to be involved, some furniture or something like that. I don't know. But what I'm saying is look at how they move with money. And that's definitely a telltale sign and a red flag if they're not moving right with money that may be a no go as far as getting married to them, or that's a flag to notice before you even get married. So the next one, how is this person towards others? This is a flag. I have a personal story behind this. This red flag was before I was married, I was dating this young lady. She was sweet as she can be to me, sweet as pie, right? But when she was around other people, she was so disrespectful. And I don't know what it is, but she'll belittle them. She would talk down to them. She'd be condescending. But when she was around me, it was not that. But here's the thing you got to know. When you marry somebody, that person is now an extension of you. Y'all are a brand. right? And so if that person's out there showing out, people that's gonna be a reflection on you because it's like, well, oh, is this how both of them act? Or let's say you want to go to some type of meeting or group setting with friends, and you bring that person with you. Yeah, they may like you being there, but if this person doesn't know how to speak and be nice and stuff like that, and just be courteous, they're not gonna want to invite you either. So just remember, like, if this person is a person who's like disrespectful towards others, then that's an extension on you in the long run. Because once you marry that person, again, you guys become one. You guys become a brand on what y'all represent in y'all marriage. So it's just very important that you watch out for that red flag, just the little things on how they speak to other people around. So now, next one, what are their past traumas? Right now, here's the thing: everyone has some trauma in their life. Everyone has some baggage in their life. But the key is, hey, if they shared that with you, like, hey, this was my story. These are things that's impacting me negatively in my life, or something you sense. It, at least is that person working on it? Are they going to therapy? Are they doing the things to put them in a better environment? Are they getting healthier mentally and spiritually, right? And physically to help them through their past traumas? Or are they just the type who just keep going around it, who feeds off of it, right? Who watch certain shows to kind of feed into that. You see what I'm saying? You want to watch. That's a red flag. You want to watch off of that. Is what is this person's past trauma and how are they dealing with it? Because if you marry them, just know that that trauma, if it's not dealt with, then it becomes trauma that's put on you, and it comes out in different ways, and that's just a no go. So that's something you really want to watch out for. Is what is this person's past traumas and just their emotional baggage that they're carrying? Because when you get married, do you want to carry that emotional baggage with them or for them as y'all go through y'all journey together? So, and the last one, the fifth flag is, do you guys' goals match up in life? Now, we all walk different paths in life, right? Some people are doctors, some people are lawyers, some people work in construction, people work in finance, retail, right? We all have a different role and a different job to play in life. That's not what I'm talking about. But no matter where y'all come from in y'all background, for the future that you guys want, are you on the same page? So it may be a situation where that person says, hey, I want two kids. This person says, hey, I want one. So how do you communicate with that effectively to figure out how to come in the middle ground? Or, hey, I'm from this religion, you're from this religion. When we have kids, how does that work? Do we go over here? We go over there. When there's different celebrations as far as, cultural things, how does that work? Right? Okay, in 5 years, I want to live in this type of house. Hey, I want to live in this state. Does that align with you and your goals? And so that's something that you guys really have to look at when you're looking to marry somebody. Is that a red flag that, hey, man, I really like this person, I really like this girl, but we're not lining up when we're talking about the future? And it's not a situation where you always want to try to convince somebody, because a lot of times when people have an image of what they want their future to look like, they kind of set on that. And I'm not saying that things can't change, but most of the time people have a vision on what they want their life to look like, and they just want you included of it. Now, there are situations where people don't have a vision and they can jump into your vision, and that's cool, but you got to ask yourself again, husbands, you know, is that a red flag for you? Going into the future, if those goals on the line and your life goes on the line, it could be a financial goal. Somebody may be like, look, I'm cool with making under $100,000 a year as a household, as an individual. Like, I don't need, an extravagant life. I don't need the middle class life. I'm good with being minimal, minimalist. Are you okay with that? You may be like, look, I like being able to go to eat at Papados and all these different fancy restaurants. I don't want to always have to cook. You know what I mean? But if I'm not making a certain amount of money, or we're not making a certain amount of money, we can't afford those things. I do want to go travel to different countries. They may be like, look, I'm good. My family's here in this state. I'm good with, just kicking it with them for the rest of life. We have great things we do together. You see what I'm saying? So these are conversations that need to be addressed quickly, because if not, it's a red flag. And, you know, these are things that's gonna make or break you wanting to get married with this person. So I hope that these, you know what? Let me recap it really quick because I had notes, but to go back over the 5 red flags. So the first one, just communication, right? Do this person know how to communicate well and effective? Because again, there are gonna be a lot of different things that's gonna come up your marriage that's even unbeknownst that you would never think about, that you can't look at it in a movie, you can't read it in a book, that's gonna come up. And if you guys don't know how to communicate well, or the other person's not willing to communicate, it's not gonna work. Communication is the glue that helps the marriage, keep moving along. So the second one was financial transparency. Again, what red flags are you seeing that this person doesn't know how to manage money? Do they even know how to do a basic budget to manage their own finances? This is something you want to know. Do they even understand credit when it comes to what's the credit score? What's the highest and the lowest? How do you fix your credit? What impacts the credit, right? How does that work on a basic level? Do you understand investments when it comes to stocks and bonds? Do you understand a 401k? Do you understand a pension? Right? These are like basic stuff. So, do you understand how a mortgage works? Do you understand escrow? Do you understand taxes on a house? These are great questions to ask when you're talking about financial transparency. Again, how does this person act when they're not around you? Are they disrespectful? Are they courteous? Are they, a sweet person? Again, this person is gonna be. If you marry this person, they're an extension of you. Y'all are a brand. Once y'all lock in as one under the marriage, y'all guys are a brand. So when people see them, they see you. When they see you, they see them. Right? That's just how it works. And so that's very important to see how that person's character is as you guys decide to get married. The next one, traumas, past emotional traumas, emotional baggage. Is this person hiding things from you? They may be a drinker, and you may not drink alcohol. You may drink it on occasion, but is this person hiding, drinking wine when you're not around? They're alky. This is real talk. This is emotional baggage that you got to look out for. Are they doing drugs when you don't know? Again, they may come at you when they're not high and they good, but then they go back home when you're not in your face and they doing some type of drugs. These things you got to look out for. How's their relationship with their mom? Are they, stuff like that? Or do they have a good relationship with them? Or do they have traumas like, how's that relationship when they speaking? Listen in. Listen to when they express to you what's going on with their family. Those traumas, right? It could be an ex. Is that something that you want them to carry on into your marriage? About how this person I was with last time did me. Again, watch out for that. Those, past traumas. And the last one is, again, the life goals. Are you guys in lock and step, when it comes to what y'all want for the future? Do y'all have on the same page when it comes to kids, when it comes to where y'all want to live, what kind of lifestyle, what kind of schools for the kids, what kind of career path you want? Is that going to work with both of y'all? If both of y'all have high demanding careers, how's that relationship work? So you got to ask these questions. And again, if not, they're red flags if they don't work for you. So I hope this was some great information, these 5 red flags. Drop a comment below. Let me know, when it comes to red flags, are you seeing any of them? Are you married already and didn't see any of them? And you're like, wait a minute, I need to maybe go back and reassess my marriage. And, can I address some of these red flags? Husbands, it's on you to take the lead. Do you personally have a red flag now that I brought it up that you may need to address? So, again, subscribe to the Husband Code if you like this type of content. If it's your first time, welcome to the Husband Code. I love doing this type of content, these type of topics. And, hit that notification bell and hit a thumbs up if you like this content. Again, I have more coming. I shoot a video every day. And until next time, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for looking at the Husband Code. Peace.